Hi, we're Harriet and Mauro. We're restoring a 5-acre smallholding in Spain into the homestead of our dreams. Over the last months, we've been working on transforming this falling down storage shed into the luxurious greenhouse bathroom of our dreams. We are in the fortunate position that we do actually already have a functioning bathroom in another outside room, which was actually the very first DIY project I tackled on my own nearly 4 years ago, shortly after starting to live here full time. I learned a lot during that project, and after living with this ugly and barely functioning mess for 4 years, we have had many ideas for changes that we're making to our off-grid bathroom version 2. Some of these changes involve the least glamorous part of our new bathroom build, the compost toilet. In this video, we'll be constructing a new unit from scratch, and I'll show you how we manage this part of our lives in a totally non-disgusting way and safely return this valuable nutrient to our land. So today we're making a little plinth here where the compost toilet is going to go. This was actually one of the good ideas that we had in the previous bathroom. We built a little plinth just to raise the wooden compost toilet up off the floor so that if we were cleaning the floor, the wood didn't have to get wet. So we're going to do the same here. It's just a 60 by 60-ish sort of frame, and then the toilet will sit on top. The compost toilet itself will not be fixed to the base, it'll just sit on it. It's heavy enough that it's not going to move. And since we do need to render this wall in 3 or 4 weeks time, once all the hempcrete has dried out, the toilet can just be lifted off and we can access this wall. I've made a massive amount of cement for this tiny little job, but I do have something else to do afterwards. Anyway, let's go. Now for my next job, it is with a heavy heart that we're covering up some of these beautiful rocks, but we are building a planter here, so I'm just going to draw. Yeah, I'm just going to draw it roughly where it's going to go to even up this wall. Just thinking how straight we want it really, how big we want it. So these rocks are some of the rocks from the old stone wall that we took down to put the French drain in around the back, which still isn't in. We're still waiting for our generator. Anyway, these rocks are going to come in really useful for building up this planter. I've just been looking for some that have a relatively flat edge along the front, because that's the edge that we'll be tiling up to, and that are also big enough to support the stones as we build up the height. So yeah, I've got my first stone. And we're going to pop that one in the corner. So I picked up the wood for the new compost toilet today and I'm just treating some of it. It is a very simple design. This compost toilet is basically just a box. These are just the supports for like the corners. And this wood is not treated, so we're treating it. You might think there's quite a lot of wood for a very small boxy compost toilet, and you would be right. We're actually building a new compost toilet for us, and our friends also require a brand new compost toilet, so we're just doing two at once. Just seemed easier that way. Alright, we are going for a height on the compost toilets of 44 centimetres. That's just what our existing one is. And if I remember correctly from last time we built it, that was basically as low as we could get it to fit the bucket and stuff underneath. It doesn't look that tall, does it? But even so, that was a little too high to comfortably sit on it. So we put a little brick underneath for your feet to rest on. And for next time around, I've actually bought this little stool so we can do things properly. Alright, that's one toilet cut out. Let's just see. Don't know if it's going to stand up by itself, but yeah, well, you know, you get the idea. Now that kind of looks big and awkward, but that is the dimensions of our existing one. It's going to be fine. And yeah, I'm building these toilets without a bottom piece because they're going to sit on, well, it can always be added. We do have excess wood, but ours is going to sit on a little plinth, and then underneath is just going to be the cement floor. So, excuse me, Duffy. Right. 43.
Hi.
43 centimeters. Shall we measure Santi? How many centimeters is Santi? Measure the dumper truck. Okay, 10 centimeters. 4 centimeters. Look what Mama's made. Get your shoe, get your dirty shoe off there. One more screw, just one. Thank you. One more screw. That'll be enough. This is the bit you're going to need to stand back for. That's right. Right, you going to stand back? Yeah, stand back, good boy. There we go, the beginnings of 2 compost toilets. So yeah, the peepees are outside. This little one here is my favourite. I think this one was a female, if I remember correctly, from when we sexed them when they were like really tiny. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, the peepees are everywhere. Oh dear. Whoa, Santi, look on. Oh, there's loads. See any more under there?
Mama, I'll be big. Mama, I'll be big. Daddy, big it. Wow. 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 Wow.
What I'm gonna do with all these aubergines? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take these plants out because I do want the bed to put onions. I don't know, somehow running out of space in the garden this year. Wow, look at the size of that plant. All very well planting lots of perennials in the garden until they take over and you've got no space for anything else. This mint is going to be the next thing to go. It's got a bit out of control as well. What is it? Oh wow, that's not the colour I was expecting. Ugh. Alright, we're just going for it. It is only a toilet after all. It was never going to be the most beautiful thing in the world.
the compost soils are done, now we're gonna attach the urine separators.
Hey, smile! There we go, 2 compost toilets. Which one do you prefer, Mal?
I think this one will match better. The tiles are kind of orange, right?
And this one much less shiny, but it could be varnished again. I just ran out of the transparent stuff. Anyway, there we go. Meanwhile, back inside the bathroom, I continued working on the stone planter. I was still using rocks that we had pulled out of the wall around the back, but it soon turned out that I was running out of useful sized ones, so I had to go further afield to find more. I then had to bring them back, wash them, and see if they would work. When I built rustic stone planters before outside, I took a lot less care and they went up really quickly, partly because they were just outdoors raised beds, so they didn't need to look super neat, and also because they were only about 30 centimeters high. This planter would be a lot taller, so I had to make sure every row of stones provided a flattish layer to build upon. Although I was using a lot of cement, I didn't want cement to be the only thing holding it all together, so it was also important to find stones that stack nicely upon one another. Getting so close to the end of this project, it feels really good to finally be tidying up a little bit more out here. I'm really happy with how this wall is going. It's been going a lot quicker the last couple of sessions because initially I was trying to make all the cement look neat at the front, and then I realised that of course we can just point it later, so then I stopped worrying about that and things went a lot quicker. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can finish it today. Right, I think with this bucket of mix, that's going to be it. I'm not going to go too much higher than how it is at the moment because, well, I was going to go higher, but I just don't think it will look right. And also it's a lot of volume to fill. A lot of soil, a lot of compost and stuff, so yeah. I think we're nearly there. Not sure if you can really appreciate the height. Because it just blends in with the wall behind, but it's, yeah, this is sort of where I'm going for, so I don't know, 90 centimetres or so. Alright, there we go, it's done. Ooh, that is a big space. That is a lot of space to fill. Yeah, I think it's going to look great when it gets the plants in it. I'm super happy with that. I've put a lot of cement on the inside. It is basically a wall of cement with like stones at the front. So it should be pretty solid. Fingers crossed. Can't wait to get it all planted up. I will ask Mauro to point in between everything next time he's got the pointing gun out. And I will slowly start bringing over buckets of soil and compost, I guess. Just like slightly too wide for me to get a grip on. There we go. Please tell me it fits. Brand new, nice clean toilet. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of changes.
We almost witnessed a disaster.
Yeah, the only changes are we have put a lot more varnish on it than the previous one, so it's shinier and easier to clean. It does not have the sawdust container attached to it like the other one did, because that was a pain to have to bring in all the sawdust and stuff into the bathroom and make a bit of a mess and dust and stuff. So we're going to build a little box to take out and fill up with sawdust and ash and
I think it's just a nice bucket will do.
a bucket, whatever, yeah. What was the kind of wood that we used before? It was like
MDF.
Yeah, before we used MDF, this time we used ply, which is more water resistant, humidity proof. That's about it really. The seat is a slightly different colour, the only one they had.
It's the only thing I don't like about it.
No, it's only like wood style. Well, we can replace it. We could buy like a fancy one with like glittery fish in it or something. No, that's my brand new wall. I'm sure it's strong, but let's not test it out just yet. So yeah, that's the shower is in, but that's for next week's video. The wall is built. Can you get your hand? The shower is in, the toilet is in, the wall is built. Let's get out of here. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.